Hello, everybody. Good morning, and welcome to Yoyo's Live. Thank you for joining me today. This is my light. Anyways, thank you for joining me this beautiful morning that the Lord has made, and we shall indeed rejoice and be glad. I see I got a lot of comments already in the comment section. I might start with those comments before we get to the order of the day. So once again, welcome to my live stream. Good morning to you guys. Good morning. Wake up, America. All right, let me make sure I have my earrings on. All right. How are you guys doing, by the way? Welcome to my live stream. How are you guys doing? Trust the day has been great for you. And if you're just waking up with like me, I trust you guys woke up very nicely. And if you're still sleeping, okay, yeah, you might rest well. If you're still sleeping. Okay. All right. Welcome to my live stream. Thank you guys for joining me today. All right, let me read some of the comments I have here already, and then we'll get back to my conversation, the order of the day. I got a comment from Kofi. Kofi said, Lolo is already assumed, no, already consumed with HATE and SMED campaign, and she isn't able to stop herself anymore. Her life must be miserable and nothing good can come out of it anymore. The spirit of HATE lives in her. Apple of God's Eye said, Good morning, my beautiful sister Yo. Hope you're doing well. Yes, I am. Welcome to my live stream. And so Kofi continued by saying she wakes up with HATE, goes to bed with it every day of her life. She's no longer living but merely existing. She's down already and fears no fall. That's how bad her situation is. Apple of God's Eye also said, if she continues to go after this family, I'm afraid to say this, she will have to contend with God first. She can't fight with a family that has the oil and grace of God upon their heads. It is impossible. Apple of God's Eyes continue to say, she can battle with the Lord. Long mouth be warned. Stay away from the Obidi's family. You are not theirs in their circle. All right. So welcome, beautiful people. Good morning to you all. Thank you guys for joining me today. Why am I making this video? I did a video about this woman justifying the reason why she outrightly hates Cora Obidi, which makes no sense because she brought everything that happened to her upon herself for just hating somebody she has never met or anything to do with in the first place, simply because the woman divorced from her marriage, and that was everything she did to this woman. That was all. And simply because she decided to be a grown adult in America, living the life she chose for herself, which nobody can dictate to you, that is trying to dictate to her how to live her own life. That is the only crime Cora Obidi committed. And then when you come to think about it, I would say, okay, Cora is on social media. Maybe that's why people are talking about her, including myself talking about Cora. However, what did Papa Obidi, what did this man do to this woman? Why am I making this video? Why am I up this early? I've not done early live stream like this maybe for over 2 weeks now. Why am I up this early to make this video? This woman is going to an angle that is going to bring a lot of scrutiny for Americans, for Nigerian Americans in America, for our grandparents in America. She doesn't know what she's fermenting, but she's fermenting trouble. And I must say this woman is going to that angle that people need to caution her at this hour. And I think it's now right for the Obidis to take this legally, because you can't falsely accuse a grandfather of being a pedophile because he's doing what? He's babysitting his own grandchildren. It's not the African thing to do. and it's not the Nigerian thing to do. Naturally, even America itself, they know the values of grandparents. They know the core values they stand to bring onto the children. The world is celebrating Simone Biles, Simone Biles. Guess what? Longmouth, guess what? Simone Biles, today she is the champion, right? She was raised by her grandfather and her grandmom, she now calls mom and what? And dad. The parents of Simone Biles you see celebrating everywhere with her are not her biological parent. Hear me and hear me right. The man you see beside them is her biological grandfather, now father. The woman you're seeing is not her biological mother, is a step grandmom, now mother. This woman called Longmouth is looking for things that's going to bring problem to our grandparents in America. I've seen grandparents in our communities and I've seen the role they play. This weekend, as a matter of fact, we are going to gather with our children to hear folk tales from our grandparents. Egwonwa, that's what we are going to do this weekend. We are bringing all our children for our grandparents to sit down with them and tell them the stories as it was in the olden days in Eastern Nigeria. This woman is outrightly looking for a way to get attention for those that are already calling Nigerians name in America. She's looking for a way to bring problem to where there is no problem. I don't see anything Mr. Pakora Obidi did to this woman personally to warrant this kind of witchcraft and witch hunting. I don't see, if you see any, please let me know, because I and I don't even know why they suggest these videos to me. Maybe because I talk about Cora. I saw her live stream and she was spewing all nonsense, and she's claiming she loves Mr. Korobidi's children. I think it's high time people tell this woman the truth. It is time. Let's stop beating around the bush. Let's stop pretending. Because you might think it's just Korobidi's father that this woman is doing this. Is going to go down the history with other grandparents that are helping their children to babysit their kids in America. We have strong foundation and we have strong culture as Nigerians. And we live and thrive with those our strong cultures and values. These are not the things we want to wish away because they are part of us. They are the foundation of our existence. We know the roles our grandparents play. We know the important role they play, even if it means sitting the kids down on the table and telling them the real values of life. We all know that. And one woman, because of outright hatred for Korobidi, has been doing all manner of things against Korah's father for no just cause. I'm going to get where we are going to discuss this, but let me welcome all of you today. UD, thank you for being here. Kofi, thank you for being here. Baningo, thank you for being here. Katori, thank you for joining me. Janet, thank you for joining me as well. Joanne, thank you for being here. All of you, I am really grateful for having you guys here. And if you're watching me out there, you want to comment in the comment section, because I believe this is what subscribers only. You have to do. Where is my phone? I don't even know where I kept my phone. I thought I came down here with my phone. Okay. If you want to comment in the comment section, make sure you subscribe to the channel, like the video, and then within 5 minutes, it will give you access to comment in the comment section, okay? So, now, Kofo said, let them seek a redress in court and end this madness. Is long overdue. Sincerely speaking, at this point, I don't know what they are waiting for. How can somebody sit down with over 300 women on a live stream calling somebody's grandfather, somebody who is playing a role that God has bestowed on him as a grandparent to do? I know of a grandmother here in the US. She lived with her son for over 22 years before she moved out on her own. Till today, those children she raised, 5 of them, they cannot do a day pass without speaking to grandma, without speaking to grandpa. Until today, they understand what it is to have grandparents in their lives. Not everyone is privileged to have their parents come visit in America. Most children crave to have that relationship with grandparents, but due to circumstances, surrounding some people's situation, they don't have the privilege. This will not be the first time a grandfather, a grandmother is babysitting or taking care of or living with his or her own child. Is not the first time. Is what every parent look forward to, that I will raise my child, and at some point in my life, I will visit my child and be pampered with my child. That has been the dream. My children tell me stories. Mommy, if we grow up, we want you to come and live with us. We want you to come and stay with us. Are you going to do that? I say, well, let's see how it goes. So imagine if tomorrow comes that my own husband, we go to babysit or stay with his children, and one lunatic somewhere, we go and gather people and be calling my husband a pedo. Because of what? Because of outright hatred for what? For somebody else. Let's think about it and take this thing. Let's drive it home. Let's think about it and know what this woman is doing. This woman is bringing divide where there is no reason for one. This woman is doing what? Portraying us to be what? Incompetent of looking after our grandchildren. Let us think about it deeply and understand what I'm saying today. Let us review this because it's getting out of hand. This is no longer content creating. It has gone beyond creating content. This is pure witchcraft. And I don't see how people will sit in such conversation and feel entertained. Okay, let me take you guys back. This woman in question making all this nonsense allegation against Obidi was a member of a WhatsApp group where a video of Athena was shared. A video of a little child not properly dressed, a video that you can consider to be inappropriate one, was shared in that WhatsApp group. And this woman, not for one day, called out the member of that WhatsApp group that shared that so-called video. She never made a video about it. She never called the woman out. She never called the father of the child out for consenting to the share of that video. But she claims to love them. And yesterday in her life, she said, I love June because I love the children. Don't worry, don't worry. This June is going to be the one that is going to do a lot to Cora. That we think we are fighting. How can you sit in your home and be fighting for a child that you don't clean the child when the child messes up in the bathroom? You don't feed the child. You don't clothe the child. You don't go to the hospital when the child is not feeling well. You don't go through the whole nine yard that she herself as a woman experienced with her own children. And you think you love those children more than their real parents. You're parenting them from the screens of your channels, of your page. That's how you think parenting is done. You must be delusional. I'm sorry I have to go this way. You must be sick in the head and you need some kind of mental evaluation because you're no longer alive. You're no longer well. It's very clear and obvious there is something seriously wrong with one side of the brain. You need to be evaluated. If all you can do is to sit down and accuse people falsely for doing nothing because you have access to their internet pages, you need to be evaluated because something is obviously wrong from somewhere. This is not Nigerian. This is not the way we behave as a people. This is not the way we think or reason as a community. This is not Nigerian at all. And this woman is claiming to be in Nigeria. Yes, we are fighting for baby June. We are fighting for baby Cora. Wake up from your slumber and take responsibility of your children that live within your own home. Start from there. This is a woman. Maybe there is something that is missing. Like I said, she needs serious evaluation. If you want to believe it, is up to you. This woman is no longer creating content. She is doing what? Witch hunting. Obidi came to visit his daughter, and his daughter happens to have children. It is natural and it is expected for him to have relationship with his children. There is nothing wrong with that. I go almost every Saturday for Saturdays, Wednesdays for children's activities. When you go to gymnastic, of all things, even with the way the children wear, they know the gymnastic outfit they wear, grandparents are the ones bringing their grandchildren to practice gymnastic. You go to dance, grandparents, I'm talking about now, Oyibo grandparents, right, are the ones bringing their children to all these events. So it's not an issue for a grandfather to take the child to a gymnastic lesson. It's not an issue for a grandfather to watch over their children while they fall asleep. It's not a problem for a grandfather to read stories for his grandchildren for them to fall asleep. Why is Korah Obidi's own different? Why? Why is Pa Obidi's own different? Because one delusional human being is somewhere sitting in her cocoon and then laying all manner of allegations against this man for doing him nothing. Let me welcome some people. Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for joining me. But let's be honest, if June tells that to school, the teachers will have called the cops. Candy, thank you. Thank you for saying this. Thank you. This woman doesn't know what she is doing to these children that she so claimed to love. You have no single love for June. You have no single, not even a pinch of love and affection for these children. Because if you do, you don't have to truncate their life the way you're doing. Let them be children. Let them talk like children. I've seen children on a live video with their parents say, Mommy, you're looking creepy. What's going on? Mommy, you look funny. Is a common word that people use in America. And a child, if you ask the child, what does it mean looking, what does creepy means, she does not understand it. But she heard it from adults, or she heard it from her stories that she watches on internet. That's why she's using the word. But this woman, with her illiterate brain, because if she's educated, she'll be able to make sound judgment. But obviously, she is not an educated woman. And I wonder how she was. Anyway, Candy said, let's be honest. If June tells that to school, the teacher will call the cops or do a recommended for the teachers to ignore. See, a child can say anything. It's now left for you as a parent to sit your child down and do a little education. They can come home with words that are strange or words that you haven't spoken in the home before. They can pick those things and bring them home. It's now left for you as a parent to sit down. What if these people would do this nonsense they are doing to the point that they start putting, visitation right to grandparents, Nigerian grandparents in America? What if? This kind of situation is what led to a lot of things already. Let this woman allow Cora Obidi to run her home the way she knows best how to run her home. We learn every day. Even me, that my kids are a little bit grown, I learn every day. Nobody has a manual for parenting. But let them be. Take your witchcraft eyes off them. If you don't have anything nice to say about Obidi, focus on your own father. Concentrate on your own father. Maybe there is something that this woman is suffering from, childhood trauma or whatever it is that pushed her going overseas when she went, and what she did when she was in overseas. Or maybe her father was never a present father when she was growing up. And come to think about it, a girl that grew up in Nigerian police barracks, come to think about it, she grew up in Nigerian police barracks. Does she really know what the family orientation in terms of love is, when maybe they are busy fighting over water or fighting in the line or fighting over something, with all the causes and abuses rain on Nigerian police and the police officers? For what? For their corruption. Let's think about it. What does this woman understand as core values of families? Love, affection, compassion for each other. What does she understand? All right, let me continue. Kofi said, except Nancy, I expect Nancy to rise up to all these insults railed out to her dad by this woman legally. She has the financial resources to take care of that. Cora already has a lot of battles that she's fighting. Yes. Favor, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate you. Long mouth playing with fire. Sincerely, this man has nothing to this woman. It has gone beyond Cora, beyond Nancy. It's now their father that you're measuring on. What? What are you saying that our grandparents are now doing what to our children? What is this woman trying to portray out there to her gullible audience that cannot be able to tell her stop? She was playing the video that June said, Grandpa, you're making me creepy, or you look creepy, or whatever it is that the child said. And this woman is calling Koro Obidi's father. The name that if you are labeled that name in America, you can never come near children. If they label you that name, if they put your name on the register for that, you can never come around children. I don't know what Nancy is doing, but they should take action. Legal action, just like Kofi said here. Candy, they take those things serious, but I need you to understand what led to the conversation. What does the child know that is creepy? There are so many ways you can be able to look at this. I can stay at you like this, and the child will say, you're looking at me creepy. I can look at you like this, the child will say, I'm looking at her creepy. I can do like this, it will be creepy. It all depends. But this woman is now going the extra mile to fabricate things that do not make sense. I want somebody to make it make sense, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. What did this man do to this woman? If anybody can actually figure it out for me, let me know. It's no longer Cora. It's no longer Cora Obidi's sister. It's not Cora's a brother-in-law. It's now their father. At what stage are we going to tell this woman to stop? You're crossing the line. At what stage? At what stage? Is this what content creating is all about? Is this what content creating is all about? Let someone make it make sense, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense right now, because this is not content creating. This is pure what? Witchcraft. To be honest with you, this woman has nothing else to say, or no content to create, no creativity, than to just come and start piecing up. This is a child she claims to love, June, right? And she's working so hard to separate that child from her mother, working so hard to separate that child from family units. And she claimed that her father was there, that father will come and then go back to location. And then she grew up with her father and her mother. Everybody will never in this lifetime have that privilege. Some people, their father died when they were born. Some people, their mother did not make it out of theater. So for the father, you had the privilege of growing up with your father and mother does not mean it's applicable. It's the general rule. That's what everybody prays for. But that's never the general rule. Some people will go. I know of a woman, she's still in critical condition. She gave birth, the child survived, but her brain is gone. Her church is still praying, wake up, arise, Jojo. Is now going to months. If you give her child to carry, she doesn't know what she's holding. Does that make that child less of a human being or the mother less of a person? No. The grandmother is still holding on to God, that this daughter will arise and recognize her family, recognize things around her. For the father, you are privileged to have your parents good. It's not the same for June and Atina. It's not the same for these children. Their story is different now. Their parents are divorced. Get that. And people still thrive. I started this conversation telling you about Simone Biles. She's raking all the golds in Olympic. She's being celebrated. She was raised by her grandfather and step grandmother. Grandfather and step grandmother. When you see her and her step grandmother today, you can go check Olympic videos. You will never know that woman was not even a biological mother, that it was a grand step mother. Now they are mother and father because they have fully adopted them as their own children. There is nothing wrong for a grandfather to be in the lives of their children. Don't separate this family because you gain nothing. If a child is saying, Daddy, you're looking at me creepy. Yes, this could be creepy. This could be creepy. This could be creepy. Yes, that's the little the child knows about creepy. It could be anything. It could be because he was standing there telling the child, okay, you can sleep now. I'm turning off the light. Good night, sleep now. And the child was still playing. And the parent will give a child a staying eye. There is a way we speak to our children. I would say Eastern Nigeria. When your mother will give you that bombastic side eye, you straighten up immediately. For a child, a little child is a creepy eye. Let's get this thing straight. How did bombastic eye started? It has been there with our great grandparents. That's how they do correction, especially when they're in public with their children. They will just give you one eye and then you understand the message. That bombastic eye could be a creepy eye. Let's get it straight. And let's stop reading meanings to things that are meaningless. If you love these children, leave them alone. Let them be. When somebody in your WhatsApp group shared a video of June of Anita, what did you do? If you took any action, repost it. I will share on my own live stream. If you for once call that woman out, this video you made about of the children is not the right video to make. If you ever post that video, I will share in my own community. But because you didn't, all of you guys kept quiet. Until the video made rounds on Father's Day, you guys became advocates. This is the children you so claim to love. You don't love them. You're just using them to cash out on your social media platform. Be honest with the reason why you're doing what you're doing. You're not creating content. You're bringing problem to communities that are already having enough. If you don't know what it is to live in America, ask question or do a little research. And if you don't know what it is to be Black in America, ask question, do a little research. A little research. I will just direct you to go to the recent interview held by Black journalists in America with Mr. Trump. Go listen to it, then you understand a little bit. But I'm not sure you are capable of understanding. Because if you are, you will not be twisting things to suit your audience and suit the narrative and taking things from out of context. You will not be able to do that. If you really have the capability of understanding things, you wouldn't be twisting things, taking them out of context. Hi, Adewusi. Thank you for joining me today. Okay. Katuri said it's all about witchcraft and crimes because Mr. Justin group follower. Yeah, it is witchcraft. That's what I will call it. This is not content creating. I can see the sun rising on my face. Guys, can you see the sun rising? Beautiful. Today is going to really be bright. This is going too far now. If it's as if Longmouth is on somebody's payroll to personally attack the Obidi family. It is beginning to look like that, Joanne. It's beginning to look like it. Because I don't see any reason why this woman is doing what she's doing. You're going after Cora. People are already used to that. But what did the father do to you? What? Make it make sense because it's not making sense, obviously. It's beginning to be witchcraft, witch hunting, is no longer content creating. What is the creativity in that content? Tell me again. It's no longer content creating. Not at all. Not at all. It's not content creating. What did this man and her and his family do to you? Nothing. Nothing. Let me read more comment. Monica Davis, thank you for yesterday. Thank you. Because I stream on StreamYard, I don't get to see when somebody gives me stars on Facebook. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Thank you for the stars yesterday. Thank you. Thank you so much. Beautiful. J Love said, when a person is fixated on a situation nine as terrible as 9/10 times, it means something happened to her in her young age. Trust. I know that's what I'm saying. There must be some childhood something going on with this woman's brain. There must be. Because she can't just be saying all of this. I don't want to outrightly accuse anybody here because I don't know how she had growing up with. But what was it about her growing up that she's indirectly seeing or trying to speak out, but she doesn't know how to break the ice? What happened to this woman growing up? Was there any family member that did something to this woman? Why is she so fixated on this particular conversation around Mr. Cora Obidi? Why is he making headlines? Is it from her own personal experience? She should start telling the truth because there is something that is pushing this woman. How can you just sit down and concoct and allegedly call him a grandfather, a pedo? And he sits well with you, and you are telling them, good night, everybody, good night, everybody. You're going to sleep with that consciousness of the evil you threw against another person. Are you actually going to say, thank you, Lord, for a beautiful day? Because I know you're a Christian. Are you going to pray and go to bed? How will you look at God in the face? See, people don't know when they bring a lot of problems to their lives. By the action of Blue App, making money from Blue App. I'm making money from YouTube or Face or social media. They don't know when they bring a lot of things that down their lives, they might be asking, what is going on? Who did I offend? And they will not remember when they offended somebody. What did Obidi do to this woman particularly? What did this man do? Because I'm yet to understand that. Katuri said they are getting mad now because June telling her mother exactly what her daddy's been doing, even stalking her when she was in St. Lucia. June said that. It's laughable when June said, because June was talking about the father, and children will say about it. But to come and say because a child said you're looking at me creepy, that means the man is a pedo. That is crossing the line. Give your child a bombastic side eye. She will tell you, Mom, that's creepy. Why are you staring at me like that? Does that mean the mother has automatically become a pedo? Let's be honest with our conversation. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Honestly, let's be honest. Kituri said here in the United States, it said on the news, children can be on videos. Is not up to anybody else. This came on our TV news. Anyway, let me continue. Welcome all of you because I think I'm very. Did I get? No, Candy, you're not blocked. You're still here. You're still here. You're not blocked. Okay. If I want to block, I will be the one that will block. J.O. Amoy, thank you for joining me today. Isaac Banky, thank you for being here. Floris, Nike, thank you for joining me today. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. Out of the abundance of that's the scripture. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. The long mouth speaks, okay? Out of the abundance of her wicked heart, long mouthful woman speaks. The Bible said, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaketh. See, out of the abundance of the heart, what is that thing that is eating this woman up about Obidi? What? Because if you really ask me, this should be something, if I were in Nancy's shoes, I would seek for legal redress immediately. You have to prove that my father is this. I won't let this go. You have to prove it because the law says he who alleges must prove. That's what the law say. If you're calling somebody a pedo, get ready to prove it. I, s- when okay, for Candy that is making case for creepy and all of that, Candy, I gave you multiple faces here. If I look at a 3 or 4, 5, 6 years or even 8-year-old child like that, they will say, Mommy, you're looking at me creepy. Does that make me what, a pedo? Answer me if you can. Because this woman is trying to twist everything to justify her narrative. And it's pure witchcraft, it's pure witch hunting. There is nothing Mr. Obidi did. The family unit is a very strong one. And if you notice one thing, whether Cora is doing what pleases you or what doesn't please you, the family will continue to love her because they have a very strong bond together as a family unit. If that is what is causing the problem, some people did not grow up with that kind of experience. This woman saying that I grew up with my father and my mother. How many times were your father home? She claims her father was going from station. If you know Nigerian police situation, they can transfer you from one state to the other. It's not like American or Western police whereby you are a police officer in your state. If you move to your state, you can now go and join another. No. You can be living in Lagos, for example. They will transfer the police officer to Zamfara State. So they continue to move from barracks, police barracks to police barracks to police barracks. Leave this man alone. I don't see anything this man did to this woman. For somebody to be talking in this form, that person must be delusional. Trust me. You need to have an evidence to prove what you're alleging. You're alleging Obidi is a pedo. That Nancy, come and carry your pedo father, blah, blah, blah. You have to prove it. Let's not forget the fact. Let's not forget the fact. She's claiming she loves these children. From the lenses of Cora, that's where she's loving them. From coming on live to tell you guys that's how she's loving them. And then you won't be there at 2 a.m. when they are running fever. You will not be there at 6 a.m. when you're getting them ready for school. You will not be there when they need to do their vaccination and everything that comes with it. And you claim you love them more than the woman that nurse these children. She nurses them every day. Every day she's nurturing them. Every day she's trying to make impact. You can never, until you have that child in your custody, looking after that child, whether it's an adopted child, whether you're a foster parent, until you have that child and showing love to that child, you are not qualified to dictate to another woman how she's raising her children. Our grandparents in America are one of the vital things for those that have privilege of having their grandparents. is a vital part of our family unit. We cannot overemphasize that. We are gathering our children to go listen to folk tales from our grandparents. Ewonwa, the kind of things the tradition in Igbo land. By 5:30 p.m., 6 p.m., children are gathered to play under the moonlight. And grandparents will be there telling them stories. Don't bring a situation when there is none. Don't project our grandparents helping their children here to raise their own children, their grandchildren, as though they are people with problems. We don't have those things you're laying accusation on. We don't have it as a culture. We don't have it in our tradition. It's not part of us. It's not. All right. The long-mouthed person is definitely not a Christian, but full of evil. You can say that again. Because at the time she was rounding up that her live stream yesterday, it should have been about 1 a.m. UK time. So as you're retiring and going to bed, you say prayers, right? What will she be telling God? Oh, Father, thank you for a beautiful day. Thank you for a beautiful live stream. My lovers came. Hey, it was good today. Good outing. But in the same mouth, you're saying thank you. You're laying false accusation against somebody. And what does the Bible say about false accusation? You can be right to say she's not a Christian. Because I try to understand this. It's not making sense. What did Obidi do to this woman? What? All right, Katori said they are still talking about the kids, although Justin has blocked most of them. They are using them for money. They are using the kids to create content. It's very obvious. And you're trying to thwart this child's beautiful life. You're trying to separate her from the close-knit family that they are trying to make. Having grandparents around, knowing what it is to have grandparents, experiencing it is everybody's desire. Maybe your type is that type that never allowed your husband's parents to come and babysit for you. If we start scrutinizing it, when your kids were small, were your husband's parents coming to babysit Miss Madam Longmouth? Were they part of your own children's life? I've heard a lot of stories here, people coming to my comment section to tell me how your child is calling you an idiot, how your child is calling you crazy, how they are spitting on you. I don't want to make a fuss about it because I did not witness that. I told people that made those comments, bring the link, let me go watch because I need to get evidence before I come to talk. I don't just make video based on hearsay. The reason why I'm making this because I watched this part of the video where she was calling Obidi a pedo, where she was repeatedly cutting the conversation because she did not play everything Cora said to the child afterwards. When the child, June, was telling the mom that grandpa was looking at me creepy, the Cora laughed over it. And that saying, yes, because you refused to go to bed. Cora was trying to advise the child the reason why grandpa was staring at him. Aha. She cut off those parts because it will not suit her narrative. She just went with it. Why are you repeating a child's voice? This is the child you said you don't want on the internet. Why are you playing her voice? Do you truly know what love is? Do you truly understand that? Because if you do, like you claim you love these children, you will not be putting these children in this kind of mess. You will not. But it's obvious that you don't love them. It's obvious you're just using them to catch crews. I saw a live stream where somebody was asking you why you dislike Cora the way you did. What you responded to the person that you're just here to make money, you're just here to catch crews. If she puts her life out there, it's for you to talk about it. So you're using them to make money, using them to catch crews with the pretense that you love them. You don't. Because true love does not sound like what you're sounding. Pure affection, genuine affection doesn't sound the way you're sounding. You're outrightly sounding very hateful, outrightly sounding vindictive, as though maybe did Cora's father did audit on your father's business and realized there was something that went wrong. Because Cora's father, I know he retired as an accountant. Was that the issue? Was there any time in your life or your family life or members of your family that Cora's father conducted an audit that put you guys in jeopardy? Why are you fighting this man for no just cause? Why? Oya Katuri said they already said is done turn in from hate speech, now is hate crime after she was attacked in London. Yeah. I'm really looking forward to hearing more about that London thing, what this police reports say, but I've not heard anything about it. Wait, did Longmouth call Obidi? Yes, so yes, Holy Mary. Yes, Holy Mary. And that was just yesterday night. I couldn't process that because if we don't cut this short right now, it's going to go down to all the grandparents, Nigerian grandparents in America. It's going to go down to that. She doesn't know the fire she's stirring up. She doesn't know the confusion she's trying to cause to a community that is already flourishing and doing well. Nigerian community in America is flourishing, is doing so well. Don't come and bring this kind of divide in us. Don't. You cannot watch somebody on the phone and make those kind of strong allegations. It's until you interact with these people, you have access to their devices, or you're physically there with them for you to be able to see or have evidence of what you are alleging. The law says he who alleges must prove. What are you saying, this woman? What did Obidi do to you? Family is a strong unit. If you did not experience what Cora and her sister are experiencing and enjoying from their father, go and make amends. If your parents are still alive, use this opportunity to embrace them. Use this opportunity to love them. Don't come and claim, yes, you grew up with your father and mother. How many times were your father there? How many times? You said your father was a police officer. How many times was there impactful knowledge made? They said you left for overseas at a young age. Doing what? Did you go to school overseas? Because people travel at that young age to go to school. Did you go to study in Germany, Italy, or wherever you were before you moved to UK? Was that why they sent you overseas to study? What did they send you to do overseas? What did you go overseas to do? Did you go to study, or maybe you have a special skill and you got a scholarship, or your family sponsored you to go and improve on the skill? Tell us why you even went to overseas in the first place. What took you abroad? Miriam said her parents sent her overseas to study. At a young age, she went overseas to Europe, maybe Belgium or wherever, to study. What was your own case? What took you overseas, since your father is just the perfect father and Cora's father is not a good father? Your father is the perfect father. What did you go overseas? Did he send you to Europe to study? What took you to Europe? Let's start from there. Are you now using Cora's father to fight your own family for allowing you to go overseas to do what? What is your pain? What is your pain? What? Cora Obidi's father did a very good job taking care of his children, playing the role of both father and mother. Exactly. 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 Hi, Caroline. Thank you for joining me today. Longmouth is one Satan's hate demon who is projecting her miserable life onto Cora and her family. Sincerely speaking, this is even beyond projecting. She is forcefully calling this man that did her a pedo in her video. And she had the audacity to tell Nancy, come and see your pedo father. Oh, come and carry your pedo father. For what? What was her reason? What was her reason? What? Holy Mary said, oh my God, I can't. Can she be sued for that? Let her go to court and prove it. I'm telling you, she can, because he who alleges must prove. She can be sued for that statement, but she doesn't get it. And I think it's high time Nancy should do something because Cora has her hand full. It is high time. It is high time. Let her come and prove it. Let her prove what she alleged yesterday against Obidi. They can sue her. She said one of the reasons why she can't stop talking ills about Cora is because they sent her a legal document, legal letter. That legal letter is not enough. They need to sue her for defamation. They are saying, does she have money for defamation? Didn't she just buy a house? I know you don't pay for the full price of the home, but at least she paid something. So you can't sit in the comfort of your home and determine if the person can pay when you sue. Sue first. Take them to court. This is becoming witchcraft. It has turned from content creating to witch hunting. What did this man do? We all pray to have our parents visit. We all pray to have our parents around. I remember when my mother visited me, I threw a party for her coming. She came to Omugwo, it was like a big party. I am that girl that did not have the privilege of, enjoying what it is to have a father. My father died when I was a toddler. So when I see a father and daughter relationship, I cherish those. And for someone to be that mean towards Cora and her father because of the love that exists between. Look at the shot that they did. That was one of the most fascinating one on the trend. If you don't have such relationship with your father, wake it up if your father is still alive. Wake it up. And don't tell me that Cora cannot be a good mom. Cora can. Cora can be a good mother. And she's playing it very perfectly. She's playing that role very well with her children. Don't sit down in your house and want to run another person's home from the screen. Don't. Tell the world what exactly Obidi did to you. I'm just trying to make up a scenario. Maybe did Obidi audit your father's company and they realized a lot of things going on and the business was closed? What exactly did he do to you? What exactly? Or maybe when he was a banker, your family came for a loan and he said you guys do not have enough collateral for a loan, so he did not approve it. What did this man do to you personally? I'm asking you, Longman, because I know your people are here. They are going to tell you about this video and you're going to watch it. So, guys, share this video. Let it get to her. Share this video. Like up this video. Share this video. I didn't want today to come and start attending to anybody. This is subscribers and followers open comments. Okay, share this video. Like if you haven't liked this video, share. Let it get to her. Let it get to her. Let her start telling the world what Obidi did to her personally to warrant all the nonsense she's been spilling about this man. The man went to Canada for his son's graduation. She came out and said they lied. That look at the time the man was going to Canada, all these things, we are all like, what did this man do to this woman in particular? Let her start talking. This is no longer content creation. This is witch hunt. What did Obidi do to Longmouth? What? Let her get this video and maybe provide some insights. Because I don't see why you outrightly dislike Cora, but you can't let the family be. When you don't like something, you block it. I remember during the election time in 2016, I was just following it up. As someone after election, I felt the news was very, very toxic to me. I stopped watching the news. Yes, I did. I stopped watching the news for over 4 years. I don't listen to the news because it's either this person by this person or police did this or Mr. Trump. I stop listening. If you don't like something, block it. You don't like Cora, but you're feasting on Cora's live streams every second, every hour, every day. And this is somebody. What is that thing that is making you to outrightly call out a man old enough to be your father? A man that did nothing to you? Or was your mother, is it that their paths, Mr. Obidi and your mother's path crossed in the past and eventually did not lead to marriage? What particular, because this is beyond content creation. This is pure witch hunt. Thank you so much for joining me. Tanado said, sis, we cannot give out what we do not have. If you have love, you will give love and spread positivity. You said it right. I say it all the time. That is until you know what it is to love yourself, that's when you begin to love another. If you don't know your self-worth, you cannot appreciate another person. It's until you love yourself, it's very clear and obvious that that is what is missing so seriously in this woman's life. She doesn't understand what love is. She doesn't understand, or she has never seen the kind of Cora, Nancy, Obidi's affection before. She has never. Maybe it's still acting as a surprise to her. Maybe. Hi, Janet. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you. Yetunde said they need to sue her for that. They need. Her freedom of speech is getting out of hand. She needs to be cautioned. This is no longer freedom of speech because you don't allege falsehood on people. You don't. She needs to go. They need to take her to court. Imagine if Mr. Korobidi wakes up tomorrow after listening to this delusional statement this woman made. He wakes up tomorrow and say yes, that the man is a pedo, and then call CPS on Cora's father. And they now start destabilizing the home again, saying, okay, your father is under investigation. Now we need to take the children away from the home. And probably if we can't place them on the father's side because of the case in court, they are going to go to foster care for the time being pending investigation. For just false accusation, right? People should be careful about what they say because as you get older, you should get wiser. But this woman is getting older. She's not getting any single wisdom. She's not. All right. An evil mind cannot recognize love and can never accept love. That is the truth. She's acting out of control. You can say that again. Sonia Pink, thank you for joining me today. Oyoyo, as coffee, coffee, oh. So the Ashawo is heartless. The only language they understand is money. And Madam Longmouth is confirmed one who would do anything for the love of money, including defaming Obidi. Reckons. Reckon. It's really sad. She's obviously not from a close-knit family, and it reflects in her action. Take a look at the Benny Mod Edo, she sparks of love and positivity. She can see how her family, parents, and siblings all show love. Yeah, obviously she's not from a close knit family. Let her come and pretend that she grew up with. You might have a father, but how close are you with your father? How close is your family? How is he the one that will just come in and then drop a feeding money and off he goes? That doesn't mean he was a present father. Of course, physically there was a father who wasn't even there physically half of the time, but there was still a father. But that doesn't make him a present father. A present father who is there to go for school PTA meetings, school conferences, events, and activities with the children, there to tell the story, there to play on the floor with the children, there to make some special dishes on special occasion for the children, there to have those conversations, tell stories, read bedtime stories. That is a role of a present father. If your father is the one that zooms in and out, he's just being a father. Maybe that's how your own life was. So seeing Cora, Mr. Cora Obidi, and how close they are is kind of shocking that people can actually relate that way. Yes, people do. People do. There was a friend of mine those days. He was telling us a story about growing up, how they grew up in Imo State precisely. The father is I would say the man is deceased now. The father was not a rich man, he was a civil servant. But guests will come to their home, they live in their small space. Guests will come because they don't have a lot of space, and the children they wanted to play with their father. The man will excuse the guests for, give me 5 minutes, I need to play with my children. He will get on the floor and be playing with the kids. By the time he's done, he will pardon, say, if I miss this time, I won't get it back. That was how he raised his children. So when you think about close knit, those are the examples of what it means. Having time for your children. Having time for your children. Maybe that's what is lacking in your own life. That's why you're doing all these things you're doing to discredit Cora's father for being a good grandfather to his grandchildren. But one thing you cannot take away, these two little beautiful girls forever will be Cora Obidi's father's grandchildren. Forever. That is what God has ordained, and you can never take that away. They are forever Paobidi's grandchildren. They can never be Lolo's grandchildren. They can never be your niece. They can never be your relative. God has ordained that, and God who made that happen is going to continue to make them continue in that love and affection they share together. Mr. Korobidi will tell Judy to say things about her grandfather. He probably looking at Junie with pride. That's 3 generations. Cora looks like her mom, and Junie looks like Cora. Yeah, indeed, they look alike, sincerely. All right, let me catch up with some comments. Maybe Longmouth is responsible for the attack in UK. I don't know. I don't know. But the thing is, I'm relying on the police to do their job so that we can be able to find out what really happened. Adam One says maybe J Brook is bankrolling her on the DL to say those things because of his legal case. You never can tell. Ada, sincerely, anything is possible right now. Excuse me. Anything is possible. She doesn't care what anyone thinks. All she wants is to keep cashing out. But honestly, posterity will judge her big time. Paul Bidi is a very prayerful man. And I know as he goes to bed, he prays for the children and the grandchildren. And I know he ward off evil forces against his family. Posterity indeed will judge. You know one thing about life, change is constant. Tomorrow, her own children, they are learning, they are hearing her speak so ill about women, speak ill about grandparents. They are watching, they are listening. Sometimes we are the architects of our problem as human beings. We don't know what we bring to ourselves just because you want to cash out on social media. You're bringing curses upon yourself. But will I even say that? I guess she's used to curses. I remember those days Nigerian police used to collect 20 naira from all the bus drivers in Lagos and in Nigeria. They will just, Oga Roja, Roja, Roja. You have to give them that 20 naira bribe. If not, your car will not move. Guess what? All those money they collected from people, all those bribe they collected from people giving those, but they were cursing them. It will never be well with you and your family. Those curses, they carry weight. Because when you deprive people, when you take from people what doesn't belong to you, when intentionally inflict pain on others, God is judging you in one way or the other. And even if you're a Christian, there's a portion of the Bible that said, don't engage in false accusation. But no, it's going to sound so sweet for content. I'm going to cash out on this one. Ring light action. Wow. You start talking. You start falsely accusing somebody of what you cannot prove. Nancy Ume, you guys should do the needful. This is crossing the line. This is no longer content creation. It's not. This is witch hunt. This is, let me read some comment. She is a very jealous woman, always seems to be making trouble. Indeed. Beside long mouth called Nancy's name, so that's a good step to sue. Yeah, she called Nancy's name severally. She called Nancy's name and she attached the video she was making reference to. In that thing is enough evidence for you to go to court. It is enough evidence. Hi, Beatrice. Thank you for joining today. Apple of God, my father died when I was a month old. So to see this old fool insulting someone's father is heart-wrenching. Sincerely, it is. It is painful. It is painful for me to listen to. It's painful. It's painful. When I see daughter and father, I smile, I laugh, I kind of giggle because it blesses me with some good laughter. Maybe because it's what I did not enjoy. When my elder siblings, when they tell me about my father, I was like, wow, you guys really got the opportunity of knowing that a little bit. Because you've seen a man loving his daughter and his grandchildren, it becomes a problem. Don't bring a problem to our community in America. Don't. Our grandparents are doing enough job. Well enough job. They are doing well by our children. And it's indeed a privilege to have them. A privilege to have them. So don't bring a problem to a community that is already thriving and flourishing. Don't. Cora must be careful with June coming near her life. She's talking a lot since turning 5. Everything she says, the haters will are twisting and turning it into something negative. Exactly. That will be a lesson for Cora. Is a big lesson. And if Nancy gets to watch this video, you guys should share this video, like up this live stream. This is the time for her to stop allowing the children have those conversations. There is nothing wrong. You're making a live stream. I'm talking to Cora right now. There is nothing wrong if you're making a live stream and your children come around, you tell your audience, see you later. Period. You guys know I don't miss words when I want to say something. There is nothing wrong in Cora doing that. Because whatever that child says, they are going to twist it to suit their narratives. It's not a must you have to continue those conversations with your children on your live stream. This got to stop, Cora Obidi. It has to stop. Oh, you know the trade of most Edo ladies when Lolo have see, Kofi, if we go that route, it's going to be messy. And I don't want to mess up my live stream. Sincerely. I don't want to. That's why I was asking her. How did she go to Europe? Did she go through Libya? Did she go by road? By leg? By aeroplane? How did she go to Libya? To Europe? What did she go to do in Europe? If we start from that conversation, we will not stop talking today. What did she go to do in Europe? What did she go to do? I came to America to study before I met my husband. Let's start from there. I got a dual degree, master's dual degree to study in America from Nigeria. I came to study master's in business administration at the same time with master's in public administration. That's what brought me here. What did she go to Europe to do at a young age? What did she go? If people start digging into this woman and her family, they are going to dig out a lot. So the thing is this, her life must have been very miserable for her to think everybody's life should be miserable at the same time. Because if you have peace in your home, you should not be accusing a man for doing you nothing. Why not? If you so love a baby girl, go adopt one. Adopt one that looks like June or looks like Athena. Yes. And give that person love and affection. I don't even want to go that route, Kofi. I don't want to, because if we go that route, they all migrate to Europe to do ashawo. That is most of them that went without their parents without parents sending them, or even yes, that's basically what there was a serious campaign at the time. It's not something that is new. During Obasanjo's regime, that was the campaign the vice president's wife did in Nigeria to stop that, because they were flocking Europe just to do that. Young children, young girls. So was that how she went to Europe as well? Was that? If your father so love you like you claim, there is no way that man will let you do that journey. If that was the truth, or that was the reason, or that was how you went to Europe, there is no way that man will let you go. Not that you travel to Europe to study. You have no skill that took you to Europe. What did you go to Europe to do? I don't want to go that route, because I don't want to drag myself to the mud with somebody who is already in the mud and who has nothing, no reputation to protect. I think that big mouth don't like Papa Obidi because his prayers is bothering her because she's a witch. Audrey, you can say that again. Papa Obidi, if it's your prayer that is bothering this one, please fire on. Continue to fire on with the prayers. All these women haters. They are just wasting their time. They need to work on themselves, because they are just making a fool out of themselves. It's very obvious. It is. She's not doing it for content. She has no iota of creativity in her. She's just evil and troublesome woman. That is not even a content. It's like me coming to sit down and be insulting somebody's father, somebody's mother, or personally attacking your life. Why? I'm not after your personal, whatever you like to do in your personal life is up to you. I don't care, because what I do with my personal life, you don't have right to tell me otherwise. So I know where I I pinch my tent. I know where not to cross. But this woman is going too personal, and she's bringing serious allegations. When I watched that video, I was like, why is this woman sound like this? Why? What is making her, what is eating her up over Mr. Korobidi's father? What did the man do? I've tried to like figure it out. I can't. It's simply out of hatred. Simply out of hatred. There is no reason whatsoever. J Love, thank you for being here. But I said the same thing a few days ago. June was talking and said the watchers watch the haters run with this Cora watch the haters run with this. Cora responded that she doesn't care. They are running with a lot of things. I keep quiet. No, this don't keep quiet again, J Love. If you're there, please constructively tell Cora the truth. Please, please. Somebody has to be saying these things. Somebody has to. Because whatever the child, the one I caught them doing, she was talking about the father. Cora say, hey, your father loves you so much. That is what a parent, even if you guys are fighting, that is what you're supposed to tell your child. Yeah, daddy loves you so much. Don't worry. When daddy picks you up, he's going to do this with you, do that with you. Yes, your child needs to have that sense of stability, that whatever it is going on with mommy and dad, mommy has never spoken ill about the father. Daddy has never spoken ill about the mother. That is the parenting that I want to see. When I heard Cora say that about her ex, I was pleased. For the sake of the children, you have to show stability. You don't have to carry your grievance with each other upon your children. It's transferred aggression. But the thing is that the child is beginning to talk and she's speaking new words from cartoons, from things they watch on their tablet, from people. If they watch TV, from TV, they are picking new words. It's now left for you as a mother to know what is right. So at this point, if the children are coming across and Cora is live, she should please turn off the live stream. After all, she's not making money from it on Facebook. So tell me why she cannot. That is my advice to Cora. Worse off, she can sit down and do a video. Sit down and do a video. People that do lifestyle content, they also sit down to do some videos. After cutting off the live stream, when you settle your children and all of that, you sit down, hi guys, I couldn't continue that live because my kids come, here. I don't want to get them involved in this video moving forward. So how are you guys doing? It is necessary. It is required because these people are out there to look for things that will make you look stupid, and you need to get it. At this point, you need to get it. Your child is going to continue to talk like this. Everything they see, they talk about it until they start getting to 9 years old. So for how long are you going to let this go on? By the time they are getting to 9, they are beginning to understand is you don't just say things anyhow. Some people will get it from 8 years old. They start being careful with their words. When people are around them, they start being careful about the environment. But please, this is required. So, J Love, don't be quiet next time. Keep talking, keep talking, keep talking. My candid opinion, I sincerely believe this woman needs to undergo therapy that she never had after her European experience. She really needs to get reevaluated. That's just the way I look at it. She needs to be checked because this is no longer normal. This is not Nigerian. Let people not think this is how Nigerians behave. No, Nigerians, we don't behave like that. This is not normal. Nigeria is a country filled with culture, tradition. We respect our elders. We do. This is not normal. So she really needs to go through therapy. But will she accept that she needs help? Oh no. So far she's making money talking trash. She will continue to do that. And she's pretending that she loves the children. She has no love for those children. Let nobody be deceived. I believed it will use this against Cora because look at his evidence he submitted. It was all rubbish. Yeah, That's what they are looking for, to see how they are going to call Obidi this, that, 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 that. He even submitted in evidence where Cora said that the father will come, and if the father will stand there and watch them sleep when their mother passed, that she would even let him, mosquito touch their body. That was one of the things the guy filed as evidence. Now, this woman is outrightly on social media calling the same man a pedo. I think Nancy them should do something. Yeah, they should do something. Seriously. Longmouth was taken to Europe to do, wow. People are saying this. Is that okay? I think when she had the fight with Monica, that's when they were calling themselves out. Everything, anything is possible. It's very possible. Kofi is saying, I totally agree with Joyce. On this, JD is seriously looking for a very strong evidence against Cora to prove that the kids aren't safe with either Cora or Paobidi. Unfortunately, they are not going to succeed. Unfortunately, because they cannot prove it that this is what this man is doing. They can't prove it. All right, so let's see. Joe, thank you for joining me today. Good morning to you, Joe. Good. I know you'll be wondering why is Oyoyo early this morning talking. Sincerely, I watched a video that really troubled me, because what that woman was saying about a Nigerian grandpa is not true. Yeah. I'm here to categorically say it, and because I live in America, I know why I'm saying this. In the 80s, if a Nigerian was having a problem with the brother, when I mean brother, a fellow Nigerian, let's assume they had a problem, they were fighting, not physical fight, they were, having some difficulties, whatever. Do you know what these people did in the 80s? Because they married Oyibo at the time, they will call immigration on their fellow brothers. And then not one person, not two. That's how what this woman is trying to start in America. Then the next thing, they start sending um, people to go and visit, surprise visit, to make sure that the person that said you're marrying somebody is actually married to that person. It started from Nigerians against their brother because they had some problems. They will call authorities on their brother. That started in the 80s in America, and it still is a law now required. Yes, because people started doing that, calling authorities on their fellow Nigerians. That was the genesis of what all those visitation. Before, once you go to court and you do your marriage and all of that, who cares who you married? Nobody. But they will call and say, no, that marriage is not real. That marriage na Uluwole marriage. No Uluwole, no Uluwole. That was how they now had to implement that rule that you must do visitation to ascertain if that was really marriage. Now, this is 2024. One woman living in UK is now saying that a grandpa that lives with that stays, because he's not Californian resident, that visited and is staying with his daughter, looking after the grandchildren, that the man is a pedo. That's how it starts. The next thing, they will start calling authorities on this man. And the next thing, they will now say all Nigerian grandparents are pedos. Our grandparents here are doing just fine. They have been part of the community. We celebrate them. We celebrate, if they are 80, we are celebrating throwing party. If they are 90, we are celebrating. Because if they see any child from the community, they will call that child aside and say, how are you doing? They will speak our dialect to those children. They will make sure that the kids are well fed. If they come to an event and grandparents are there, the grandparents are helping. And if the grandparents present in an event see a child, two kids fighting, the grandparents know you're not supposed to do that. You guys are family. Don't do that. What did he do? he or she comes in to like intervene. They are the units we have, strong units we have here. Leave our grandparents alone. If you have a problem, personal problem with your own grandparents, take it upon your own parents. Leave Cora, Obidi, and her father alone. If you don't want to leave Cora because Cora is on social media, I can even understand that. But why are you witch hunting Cora, Obidi's father? It's not easy to have an American visa to come from Nigeria to visit. This man got a visa to visit the daughter. It became a problem to you. From the day this woman visited, you've been calling him names, all manner of things against this man. I'm asking you again, Madam Longmouth, what did this man do to you? What did Obidi do to you? I hope you watch this video and I hope you provide answers, because I, for one, want to know what Obidi. You accuse him for lying, for traveling to Canada. You accuse him that he did not go for any graduation, that it was all Photoshop, that the son did not graduate in Canada, that he's a useless father, that look at what he's doing with Cora. You accuse him of not going for his in-laws' burial. You accuse that he pretended not to travel to Canada so that there is nothing this man will ever do that you see that he did the right thing. It's becoming very personal. You're sounding as a personally attacking this man. If you don't know the difference between creating content and raging personal attack on someone, hear it from me. That's how you sound. You're personally attacking this man for what? What is your reason? You live in the UK. This man is in the US. You guys have never met. Like I said, when she was a banker, did she deprive your family of loan? When she was an accountant, did she audit your father's company? Did she send and his audit? I say she. Did he audit your father's company? Did any of the things, the work he did in his active lifetime, did he affect your family in one way or the other? Because this is a vendetta you're carrying. What did Obidi do to you? I'm trying to understand it. When he was in the bank, did he deprive your family of a loan that the business was now grounded? Or as an accountant, did he audit a company that your family member was part of it and maybe they were jailed for misappropriation of funds? What personally did this man do to you? Because you can't just tell me it's because he's Cora's father. That's the only thing he did to you. Because you dislike Cora. So the father did not do a good job. You that your father did a good job raising. Give your father some accolade. Praise him, honor him, and let other people that their father did not raise well mind their own business. Life is personal. It's very personal. You can't come and impose your own life on me. Neither can I impose my own life on you. Leave Mr. Pakora Obidi alone. Leave Pakora Obidi alone. Unless if you have reasons why you personally are coming after him. If you have reasons, as you watch this video, make another video telling us the reasons why you're dragging Mr. Pakora Obidi. I will want to watch and I will want to hear your reasons. Cora is always letting her guard down, playing careless, or careless will always be her downfall. Okay, playing careless will always be her downfall. JD is watching her like a hawk watching his prey. Joyce, this is true. She is, and sometimes it's not favorable. No matter she's trying to like say, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do that. But sometimes you have to do what you have to do. You have to. I'm going to tell you guys a story. Okay. You guys, and Candy, you're still here, right? Let me tell you a story that happened. A child of 3 went shopping with her aunt at the store. So the 3-year-old child, because she knows she has a father and a mother, okay, but this particular event, her aunt took her shopping. So she saw an elderly woman in the store. This is happening in America, it happened in the US. She saw an elderly woman in the store with her cane. She first of all said, I like your cane. The woman now started having conversation. Oh, how are you, beautiful? She said, I'm fine. She now said, where is your husband? Do you know the answer? Oh, my husband is late. He's gone to heaven. He passed. Guess what the response? A 3-year-old. Guess the response. You will not get it. You're talking, Candy, you're here, right? You're talking about what children can say. Guess the response. Because she knows if a mother is there, there should be a father, a husband, or something. She has her own family unit. She sees her mother, her father, all of them together. So she saw a woman, an elderly woman, in the store with her cane, and there was no husband. The woman tried to explain, oh, my husband is late, he's gone to heaven. The 3-year-old asked the woman, did you kill your husband? You're asking about creepy things children say. You had one. The aunt was shocked to her bone. How did she hear that? Where did she know that somebody can actually do that to their partners? How? This woman could not explain herself. She went on apologizing to the old lady. I'm so sorry about this. I'm so this. I'm so that. And then that was the end of the shopping. She had to leave the store. When they got to the car, she started talking to her niece. Baby, where did you hear that from? And then when she now brought the child home to the parents, she now told the parents what happened at the store. And the child innocently, yes, daddy, yes, mommy, I met this old lady at the store. La 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 la. 3 years old child. Guess what the parents did? They sat in quietness. They didn't know what to do. They start wrecking their brain where she got that information from. Blah, 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 blah. They couldn't figure it out. But guess what the parent did? That's why I'm saying parenting. Watching all those investigative movies on TV because apparently the child must have seen them watching Criminal Minds, watching Law and Order. If you are into American dramas, Law and Order, you know, Criminal Minds. So now, Candy, you're talking about if school should hear that. So tell me, children can say anything. It's now the responsibility of their parent to make adjustment. So I'm saying Cora needs to adjust right now because it's required. It's necessary. It's no longer of preference. It's very important. She needs to. Her kids are beginning to talk. So if Candy is still here, I hope you heard this story. That was the end of Criminal Mind for the parents. The end of Law and Order movies for the parents. So you have to take some drastic measures when you're raising children. And when you're watching certain movies, make sure your kids are not around. And sometimes they might go, you might send them away because you want to watch your adult. Some of them will still creep in and you wouldn't know they've seen something. We really have to be careful with our children. All right. Oh, yeah, I am very careful when I'm watching KO because sometimes she takes advice wrong and snaps. Then the commenters start insulting you because they think you're a hater. I feel her pain and trying to help. Honestly, you are. You are. Especially when it comes to African American. Candy must have said something. Okay. All right. So, am I missing any comment? I've been talking for an hour, 30 minutes. I wanted this live stream to be 1 hour, but obviously I wasn't looking at my time. Candy said, exactly. She brought Exactly. She brought most of those things on herself and she continues. I don't understand that. Whatever she's saying is coming from the children's father because he doesn't like him and he don't want to see him around the children. The thing is that you can't take away the fact that the man is their grandparent and is going to be there for the rest of their lives. So whether he likes it or not, he can't take that away. And he can't stop him from being a grandfather. Unless if they will prove otherwise that he's a danger to the children, which at this point they have nothing to prove. Oh, these are the many questions that women need to ask. Of course, of course. Can it? Yep. Kid can say a lot, and sometimes it turns into investigation and gets one in trouble. That is true. That is true. So when you just run off with what a child is saying and then use it as a yardstick to come and label somebody with that kind of name in America, be careful. Because if that person takes you to court, that case might bury you. You have to prove that he's a pedo. You have to. Jennifer, thank you for joining me today. I really appreciate all of you. I really, really appreciate all of you from joining me today. So, I needed to make this video because that conversation yesterday did not did not go well with me. I am a mother, a Nigerian American mother in America, and I know my community is a very strong community. When I mean strong community, we are very strong together as a community, and I respect the grandparents that you know abandon their Nigerian life to come here and live with us and help us. Excuse me, and help us with our children. I cherish our grandparents. If I go to event and I see a grandfather or a grandmother, I go specially, whether I know the family or not, to say hello to them because they are doing well for us here. That's the privilege, the Oyibos, because their parents are here, grandparents are here, they enjoy it. Is nothing. If you have a place to go, you quickly run to your parents' place, drop off your children. We don't have that privilege. So when our parents visit, it becomes a thing of joy for us. And we cherish every moment, every moment spent together. But this woman is trying to make it look as if Nigerian grandparents are now pedos. We are not. Our culture forbids those things. Our tradition stands against those things. We don't cross the line. We don't. Our parents, our grandparents that come here to help us babysit our children, they are doing an amazing job. I have a grandparent, a grandmother. She came to stay with her own child. At the time she came, she was about 70, either 79 or 78. And then her own grandkids, they are grown. She had visited when they were small, but this time she now came fully as a resident. So she was living with her own daughter. When my kids were a lot younger, they used to go there during summer, okay? Because she runs a daycare. The daughter runs a daycare, and when the grandma visited, she helps the daughter to watch on over the children. She barely could speak English. She's a Yoruba woman. Till today, we still go to visit. In as much as the service wasn't free because we are paying for service provided. However, my husband took it upon himself that every Thanksgiving he must buy a turkey for this family for what they did for us. Remember, I said we paid for service, but every Thanksgiving, my husband makes it a point of duty. If we go to African market and we see a lot of pepper, atarodo, if we buy extra for the family because we appreciate what they did. we still appreciate them every year. If you don't know what it is to juggle children in America, wake up, girl. Most of us, we have careers, we have job, got bills to pay. Not unlike today, people are making money from social media. They can sit at home, and then most of them don't even watch their children when they are sitting at home and making content. So please, before you come accusing our grandparents in America, we cherish them. We appreciate them. We love them for being member of our community, for showing our children what it is to have a grandfather, a grandmother, mother, father together. Don't come and bring confusion in a community that is already thriving. If you did not have opportunity of enjoying your grandparents when you were young, don't deprive others of doing so. I still remember my grandmother. I was in the university when my grandmother passed, and I cried. She died very old. I cried. I still remember the things I learned from my grandmother, how grateful that woman was, how appreciative she was towards God, that the way she celebrates and praises God was so different than what I have ever seen or known. Even in her primitive way of expressing her gratitude to God, I still remember it as an adult. So, long mouth, you are alleging Obidi to be a pedo. Make sure you have your informations right. Make sure you have your evidence to back it up. Because the seed you're sowing, the seed of discord, the seed of making people think that Nigerians are weird or crazy or whatever, we are not crazy. We are not weird. We are people rooted in culture and tradition. And for Obidi is a man filled with the grace of God. If there is something lacking in your own upbringing or in your own life, and you're seeing it happening in others, celebrate and rejoice with them. Our lives will never be the same. We can never all live the same kind of life. The world will be boring. Some will be exciting, some will be boring, some will be hyper, some will be slow. Just like our fingers, they are not equal. God made that for a reason. Our faces are not the same. If you want to take a global look at what the world look like, go watch Olympics going on in France. You see the world represented. And that's how America is. There is no nation on earth that is not in this country called the United States of America. Don't bring confusion in our close-knit community, the Nigerian community here. Our grandparents are doing very well. All right, I'm going to read the comment that just came, and I'll be calling it a day today. If you like this live stream, make sure it gets to Lolo. So send this video out, like this video, and also share until it gets to the person that has the message. Okay. The biggest problem people need to stop thinking that America is perfect, because for African Americans, we have to walk on eggshells. We can't be careless. That is true, Candy. That is true. Networks receive sense for once now. Oh, it's okay, sis. It's okay, Jennifer. It's okay. I really appreciate you. All this is Justin's fault, but going on is also their fault for refusing to use their thick head to understand the situation. Lolo the long mouth has her vendetta with both Cora and Justin. All right. All right. Uh, Joe, I received the welcome greetings with my full chest. Thank you. But she will lose badly in the end. Cora is all about um vibing her vibes. All right. Um, okay, I think I've read that comment. I've read this one. Is there any other one? Sending love. Thank you, Isaac. Thank you, Banky, all of you. Thank you, Jennifer. Thank you guys for joining me today. So, with that, I've come to the end of today's live stream. I needed to pass the message across because this is how it starts. And the next thing, they'll start mirroring on our parents here. Our parents are here to help us. And we all, in my community, we also have adult parents that their children are beginning to have children. So we have parents here in my state that are now grandparents. Okay. um I remember once saying that he can't come for an event because the daughter just brought his grandchildren for him to babysit. Okay. And so because of that, he can't be able to go for an event. He has a grandpa duty to do. Our parents are hands-on. Our parent, when I mean our parents, so the grandparents, okay, they are hands-on. They know what to do. They are there to assist their children. Don't come on social media and make our grandparents look as if they don't know what they are doing. They are responsible people. Even the grandparents that come from Nigeria and our grandparents here, because our communities are getting, we are getting older people in the community is growing. We are now having grandchildren here, grandchildren here in my state. So parents are now becoming grand parents. Okay, just like one day Lolo is going to be a grandmother, right? If she becomes a grandmother and the son marries Oyibo, and she will come talking blah blah blah, and the son's wife will say, that your mom, she talks too much. I don't feel comfortable leaving my kids with her. Would they now say that she's you know what I'm saying? So be careful what you wish for others. Be careful, because this life is really very interesting. You never can tell where your child will find love. You never can tell the kind of person they will bring to your family. Be careful what you wish for. Be careful. So with that, I've come to the end of today's live stream. Thank you guys immensely. Yeah, Joe, all of you are from Nigeria. You guys are having this network thing because of um the protest going on. I've heard that news yesterday. That network was a challenge, and they're doing it intentionally to discourage you guys. The advice I will put out there for you people, if you're out there in the street in Nigeria, please be careful. Okay. Be careful, because anybody that buy does not come back again. Once the person is gone, the person is gone. I know it's what to fight for what is yours, it's what to defend your country, it's what to seek for good governance and all of that. But be rest assured that the people you're speaking against, they've already paraded all their security, whatever, to go against you guys. So if you're out there in the streets of Nigeria, please be careful. Please be careful. Honestly. And I will tell to my Igbo brothers and my Igbo sisters, please, my advice to you is go inside your house and sit down. Drink water, watch TV if there's electricity. Don't even join, because there is no need for that. You guys were deprived of, most of you guys were deprived of voting. So why are they calling you guys to judge? I'm sorry I have to say this. I'm sorry. I have to say this. Why are they calling you guys to join the protest? Even most people in Lagos are saying they are not protesting. The Igbos are not protesting, but still they want Igbos to leave Lagos. To tell you, Nigeria, I'm sorry to say, they have a very long way to go. A very long way to go. Very, very long way to go. There is no patriotism when it comes to Nigeria. The president doesn't know it. The senators, they don't know it. The House of Rep members, they don't know it. Ministers, they don't know it. Everybody, all they know is their personal bank account, how to siphon and all of that. So if you're out there, you want to protest, I won't tell you not to, but be careful. Be careful. And to my Igbo brothers and sisters, please make una go inside. Don't. Because whether you do or you don't, they are going to accuse you of doing. Look at what is happening now. Whether you agree to join or you don't agree, they're going to accuse you. So, Joe, I know what is happening to all your internet is because of that. So you guys should just bear with the situation until things get back to normal. So I want to thank all of you for joining me today. It's time for me to get my tea is already cold. Where is my tea cup? I'm sorry. My tea is cold. So it's not actually tea, it's lemon water. My fresh lemon water is cold. So I'm going to get something to drink and get ready for work. My day just started. It's very bright outside. It's going to be an amazing day. And to all of you that came to watch me from Nigeria, please, I beg you guys to be careful. If you're not in the street, thank God. Please be careful. Please be careful. Please be careful. That's what I'm saying. Please be careful. All right. See you guys on my next live stream this evening. We'll be coming in with interesting conversation. Today's live stream was basically for subscribers only. So for you to comment, you have to subscribe to comment. Okay. And maybe in the future, I'll be doing members only comments. So you can watch, but you cannot comment. So I'm trying to see how to strategically do things on my page on YouTube. Okay. My channel on YouTube. So my message is clear and my message has been passed. Our grandparents in America are very responsible. Our grandparents in America are very helpful. They are good people. Good people. They are people with integrity, people that have the fear of God, people that have reputation to protect. Our grandparents, we cherish them. And for those that are still planning to come and visit their children, we are so proud of you guys, because if you guys did not raise your children well, maybe they wouldn't have been in America. But you guys did an amazing job raising beautiful children. So if you get a visa to come and stay with us, Oyoyo is telling you guys, we love you guys. All our grandparents coming to visit America. We love you guys. We are so proud that you guys are here with us. We cherish every day, every moment, every time spent. Like I said, this weekend, in fact, for that reason, I'm going to make a video. We are going for folk tales, what we call in Igbo, Egwonwa, so that our children will be able to experience it, what it is to tell tales under the moonlight. Our grandparents are precious. We appreciate them. They are responsible people. They are people of integrity. They have reputation. They are fine people, good people, people of character. Nobody will ever take that away from us. We are proud that you guys are here helping us with our children. We love you guys. From Oyoyo, with that, I say thank you guys immensely for joining me today. Naomi Campbell, thank you. So proud of you. Thank you so much. You just made my morning. Thank you so much. I really appreciate this. And with this, I'm ending the live stream. Join me today at 5 p.m. Central American Time, which will be in few hours, in about 8 hours or 9 hours. I don't know. All right. Until I see you guys in the evening, please, if you're a content creator, create content. Don't use your page or your channel as a means to winch hunt others. Leave people's personal life out of your content. Create content, but not attack on their personal lives. Until Lolo comes up with the reason why she's attacking Mr. Obidi, we'll continue to talk about it. Okay? Until I see you guys in my next one, be blessed. Bye, everybody.